Hola, Chicanos. I said, friend here wanted to know something about the Mandela effect, something that I've been greatly interested in myself. So, I don't know. I believe it has something to do with timeline jumping, and we're not all on the same lines, and some maybe this may be jumping a bit, but maybe not even always in the same dimensions at the same time. And some of us can be in two different dimensions at two different times, if you know what I mean. Once you jump beyond the into the fifth dimension, there you can be on more than one timeline at a time, I believe. So, yeah. Mandela effect. I believe these two theories are intertwined. I am saying theories, so don't write me off as a conspiracy theorist, okay? So far we got juggling, balance. I see this as like, this snake could be jumping timelines, you know what I mean? It goes around one way, but maybe there's a certain spot in that figure eight where you can jump to another one, you know what I mean? That's what I'm picking up from that anyway. Juggling. The universe always balances itself out. If something's unbalanced on one end, it'll say there's too much positive over here, it'll send some more negative to balance it out. It's like the light and the dark need each other no matter what it is. And time is just another anomaly kind of thrown into that. Because I don't think most dimensions don't even have time, I don't believe. That's another one of my theories. This is just like, I'm telling you guys how I feel about this right now. But let's pull some cards on it and see what Spirit has to say about it. Okay, again, more balancing. This is like unions. Like in this dimension, I'm thinking what this is saying is that you have an exact opposite in another dimension. Like maybe you're Benny Hinn in this dimension, and maybe in another dimension you're Anthony Lavoie or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's got to balance itself out somewhere, right? That's like kind of like the theory in tarot where you have. Everybody has a counterpart, they call it. It's like if you watch enough tarot, you'll find everybody has a counterpart. And I believe that to be true. And some of us actually meet our counterparts, and they can create like a kind of like a fucking, a Batman Joker fucking thing, you know what I mean? Because it's like, if you pray to God that you guys never do meet, but if you do meet, and I think a lot of times they do, and in my experience anyway, you guys become arch nemesis because you're like the yin to the yang or whatever. Sometimes you have a relationship because opposites attract to learn lessons, right? But yeah, it can be quite the fucking thing though, let me tell you. It's not all fucking fun and fucking games, believe me. So the heart of the situation, I'm thinking, is a lot of these questions can be answered by going within with the Hermit here and the High Priestess. These are the two most highly intuitive cards in the deck. So there's a reason why it's split here. I'm thinking the only way that people can really get these answers, and I'm thinking the only way you can jump timelines, I believe the only way you can do it is by going within. It's like an inward thing that has to be done. Like definitely traveling interdimensionally, I believe, unless I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that CERN thing there. Maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know. Trying to travel faster than the speed of light is maybe the only other way. I think that they've proven that you can turn back time, as they say. If I could turn back time, I would find a way. I'm sorry. It's just one of these things that us tarot people do. For all you Mandela effect people, yeah, sometimes we all think we're the greatest singers known to man. Just to let you know that. So if you're gonna come and dip your toes in the tarot world, then you're gonna have to get used to that. Okay, just let me know. So yeah, two most highly intuitive, unless maybe the devil's intuitive, but you know what? I don't think he is, because the devil has limitations to how intuitive he can be. Because he has other demon friends that are really good at that, though. But his pride overruns his you can't be super intuitive with a whole shitload of pride. Like a narcissist, you're not going to find. They may know a lot of shit, but that's because they're just devious and they like to like they're very voyeuristic and shit like that. It's not has nothing to do with being intuitive. Okay, I strongly believe that anyway. So we got the two most highly intuitive cards in the deck here. Spirits, I believe, is saying that go within for these answers, like the Hermit does. Go into your inner universe, go into the micro. And if we're in the macro right now, I think the micro actually is the macro. But that's to be debated as well. So these two cards is what Spirit's saying, and that makes perfect sense to me. So let's go in. Let's pull one for the heart of the situation. In the heart of the situation, the Mandela effect. Holy Spirit, what do you want to tell us about this? That's what we're investigating today. Okay, Two of Swords. This Two of Swords has something means like you've hit a brick wall, which most people who discover this do. You hit a brick wall. You don't know what to do. You have to make a decision. Either go. I'm thinking decision since the first cards was High Priestess and the Hermit would be to go within. You're gonna get your answers within. It's the right choice. I already knew the answer to that, but I like I say I haven't really. Maybe some of you can go in deeper because some of you people are more passionate about this topic than I am. But I find it fascinating. What's the challenge? The challenge, Holy Spirit, for our Mandela effect truth seekers out there. Three of Cups, celebration. Okay, this is like celebrating the completion of something. I'm thinking that you have to come to a point where you can celebrate inwardly, like your inward world is only what you make it, right? You have to build it. That's the thing about your inner universe. If you never even entered your inner universe and explored it, so you have to complete. Like I think someone called it an initiation, but when you first your third eye's open and you figure this out, and you figure out about your inner universe, and you actually go in and explore it, that's when everything really begins. I'm thinking, and there comes a point where you can like. I haven't reached this point yet, but where you can master your inner universe, and this could take years. This could take lifetimes. So usually it does take lifetimes, and if you're lucky enough, you can actually leave your marker for yourself. So at your next lifetime, when your memory's erased, you can come back and pick up, like leave an info package for yourself, like a memo almost, or your higher self would. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking this pertains to, is the challenge, to celebrate. Like, you don't get frustrated, enjoy it. Enjoy the ride, because you're going to uncover a lot of truths. Maybe you're just going out there seeking one truth, but you're going to find a lot of other truths on the way. At the bottom of the deck, we got within. This whole read is an inward journey. You're not going to find your answer in this macro universe where we live in, the 3D environment, let's call it, that we all know, like the first environment that we know. You've got to go in your inner universe, is what Spirit's saying, for this to make any sense. You're thinking about subconsciously is this is cheating, lying, and stealing. Hopefully you're not using this information for the wrong reasons, but whatever, to each his own. What you do with it is your business, right? Seven of Swords is cheating, lying, and stealing. Subconsciously, what you're thinking of is that something to do with cheating, lying, and stealing. People could use this definitely for the wrong reasons. Maybe that's why it's so hard to find. Maybe that's why you have to master yourself before you can even know the answers to these questions. Like, wisdom is very powerful shit. It's not for everybody. That's why even the Lord himself said they're for people who have eyes to see and ears to listen. It's not for everybody. This information is not for everybody, because subconsciously, what we're thinking of, I'm thinking here is people can use it for the wrong. Definitely use like that kind of information for the wrong reasons, right? In the past, you have to maybe get over your past sorrows. This is in the past. Sorrows, crying over spilt milk. You have to make peace with that, your disappointments, and say, hey, this is a part of who I am, and I accept it, but I'm letting it go. I'm not going to dwell in it. That's one of the things you have to master internally. That's in the past, so I'm taking it most of you have. Present for the Mandela effect. Ooh, okay, there's a lot going on here. Presently, because it's New Year's Eve, Queen of Pentacles. Think practically. Don't like go too far down the rabbit hole. Presently is what Spirit's saying. But you definitely, this is Page of Cups is like daydreaming. When you go in your inner world, that's basically what you're doing, is daydreaming. You're letting your mind fly through the infinite universe within you. And whatever means you use to do that, if you're shamanic, some people use drugs, some people use meditation, I think is the safest and best way to do it. Some people just like go on the swings and whatever makes you feel relaxed and where you can go within, you know what I mean? I used to like I'm not gonna say how I used to do it, but because it's a dangerous way of doing it. So I'm just gonna tell you guys that be practical and honorable though, because in your inner universe you got to remember there's certain laws that govern all these universes, and one thing that this is being slow. So go into this slowly. Don't jump down the rabbit hole balls deep right away, because you can get lost, and your brain can actually be captured. And there's many people like who've gone down the rabbit hole too far, and yeah, I'm sure you've seen them on the street. You're running down the back lane screaming at themselves, right? So just make sure that you don't become one of those statistics then, okay? Whatever it is, whether like drugs isn't the only way that you can do that. Believe me, there's easier ways. This is the main way. Become the hermit. Sometimes you need to get away from outside influences to do this. I think most times you do have to go on a journey. Like I say, some call it initiation, but there's a journey that only you can go. That only you, and you got to go alone. Just you know. And that's why I think a lot of people never even get to that door. In the future, this is what I was just talking about, completion, the world. This is the completing of a cycle. The world is the completing of a cycle from beginning to end. This can mean death. Some of us, like I say, it takes many, many lifetimes to gain the information to unlock the keys to these doors, right? But yeah, the universe is the big shebang. That's in tarot. That's everything. It's like the keys to the world, basically. It's like you've ascended. The way you're influencing this, my fellow conspiracy theorists, I don't mind being called that, whatever. It's not. It's you know what? If you think that everything's the way that everybody just tells you it is, then I don't know. Then you're the biggest conspiracy theorist of them all, if I can. The way you're influencing this is you're looking at all your options. You're looking at everything. Don't rule anything out, because the one that you rule out could be usually is like the craziest idea. Sometimes with these things is actually the only truth. So you have to take them all down one at a time. That's the only way, It's to eliminate the possibilities, and then you finally get to the truth, right? Hopes and fears. Okay, this is the Queen of Wands. This is she's somebody who cuts their own path. You got to be willing to. This is what you should be hoping for. You got to be willing to to be singled out and not walk like the lemmings off the cliff. Like, don't be a follower. Cut your own path, even if it leaves you utterly alone. Remember which I'm thinking is the only way. Look at on the bottom of the deck. The underlying energy of this whole read is the Hermit. So the Hermit goes within. He's the one who goes within, and he answers these questions. That's why he's the Hermit. But you ever notice why he's the Hermit? He's alone. Because everybody probably calls him a fucking quack. Says that's that fucking crazy guy that thinks that 9/11 was an inside job. So, those kooks. What do we got in the lens you're looking through? Okay, something's definitely hidden about this, which that's another thing. If you don't want to be singled out and called the crazy lunatic, maybe a lot of this you should keep hidden. You know what I mean? Until you actually break some ground, and even then, you might find out that this information's so powerful that you can't just tell everybody. Because there's a reason why this shit's hidden, you know what I mean? Like hidden shit, like in the Bible, in other writings, like ancient texts or whatever, like that shit was written the way it was. Like not to, like it's, oh, why is it so hidden? Like how come not, well, there's a reason for that. Because it's not supposed to get into the wrong people's hands, right? Like what a child can figure out. A child with the right heart can figure this shit out. But people who've gone to university and gotten many documentations can't figure some of this shit, simplest shit out in the Bible. There's a reason for that, believe me. This is the answer right there. What do we got in the environment? In the environment for the Mandela effect. Okay, justice. In the environment right now, these things are being balanced out. Like I say, these are laws of the universe. These are universal laws. Like the people who keep on seeking, you will find. But you may have to seek a long time. There's also something hidden about this. 9 and 7 adds up to 18, which is the moon, and the moon hides things. So hidden. All this shit's hidden. And it's not for, everybody to know. But if you seek it, keep seeking out, you will find the answer. But that doesn't mean you're going to go spout the answer. When you do find the answer, you'll be like, oh shit, that's why nobody tells anybody. The emperor in the outcome here. We've got the emperor, somebody who's in control. This to me is the government. This is the outcome, is that certain secrets like these are always going to be kept hidden and never admitted. Because then you'd find out things about these guys that you definitely wouldn't. Whatever. If you're too loud, you'll find out what happens, right? So, if you're too loud and you're actually somebody that they'll listen to, so be the hermit. That's all I'm saying. If you seek wisdom, be the hermit, people.